Morning. So obviously I posted that video yesterday, saying about how hard yesterday was. It was really hard yesterday. And yeah, loads of people, we was out with people and they were saying, you know, you should come off it, you should do this, you should do that, which I'm used to now. Every time I think any diet you do, you always have someone else go, oh, you should do this because it worked for me or something like that. So, and you'll get different results depending on who you talk to. But yeah, I found it really hard yesterday. But today I thought, right, I'm going to be on it with the amount of products that I have so I don't have cravings later. So I need to make sure I have the full amount of products today. So it's only 10 in the morning. That's early for me to have a product. I would normally leave it till midday or in the afternoon, but then obviously by then it's too late. So here's Becky. She don't like being on the camera. Right, so this is my daily ritual. So I have to prep myself for about 20 minutes to have the shake. So then I normally have a glass of water very close near it so I can rinse the taste out straight after because it has a funny aftertaste. And then I have this big tub of chewing gum. You can see I've got two actually. These I'm not as huge a fan of. These are the bomb. These are nice. So let's do this together. This is why it takes me so long to drink them. Not too bad. So I need to do that at least 2 or 3 more times today. Hey guys, so having a bit of a meltdown at the minute. So after I had the shake yesterday in that video that you just saw just a second ago, I took 2 shakes with me to go cinema. Didn't eat nothing at the cinema. I had another shake when we left the cinema. Got home and I can't remember what it got to. About, we saw Frozen 2. Okay film, not as good songs. We came home about 1:30, 2, I think, and then it got to around about 6 p.m. and I was like, I need to have something to eat. My cravings were really, really strong. And I had some meat, and then that was it. It just all went out the window. I pigged out on, not pigged out, I didn't pig out like I used to. I still feel like I'm actually in control of food a bit better now. But I had some ham, then I had a sandwich, like a peanut butter sandwich, and then I think I had like a chewy sweet, like one of them Frutellas or something. And then before I knew it, I had 5. And then I think that was it really. But then today I just woke up like, right, that's it. I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'll tell Nicola. I'll still go Wednesday to my weigh-in. And I thought, I'll tell her, I'll get weighed in, because then at least I can say, right, this was the start of it. This is me finishing it. This is what weight I ended up on. And this is me eating, like, you know, I ate for a couple of days. And I ate for a couple of days last week, so... But so that's what I had in my mind all day. So today I just went and did the food shop for the family for the week, and I'm actually changing their eating habits as well. They moaned that I didn't buy enough crisps last week, although I bought about 30 something bags of crisps. So I got them more sort of snacky or healthy alternative snacky foods. So I was really thinking about food, and then while I was doing the food shop, I was thinking like, God, I didn't realise how many carbohydrates you buy. Like, obviously I bought meatballs and pasta with garlic bread, so it's like bread, pasta. Then I bought 3 boxes of cereal, which are all carbohydrates. Then I bought 2 loaves of bread. And I was just thinking about all these things. God, we eat so much carbohydrates, you don't even realise. And that's without all the sweets and snacky bits. So yeah, I was thinking about food and stuff like that. But I drove to Asda, which from where I live in Colchester, Asda is a, if there was no traffic, you could probably get there in 7 minutes, 8 minutes, something like that. I don't know exactly, but obviously I went during sort of like a peak time. I went sort of about 6 p.m, 5:30, 6. Obviously that's rush hour, so it took me 15 minutes, something like that, to get there with traffic and everything. I was fine all the way there, and then between 4 and 6 seems to be the time that I have the most cravings to eat energy, like sugar and sweets, like carbohydrates and stuff like that. And I've openly said that in my videos, I don't have cravings in the morning, lunchtime. It's always that sort of afternoon, that, bit. And that is also the time that I start to feel like I need to doze off. Now, recently, I have had really late nights. I've been playing Call of Duty. I've been staying up till 1, 2 in the morning. That's my fault, waking up at 7:30, 8. And then obviously the other day I sort of fell asleep and dozed off on the sofa. And then I was asleep for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then because of that, I was wide awake till 2 in the morning. And thus the cycle continues. Last night I went to bed about 11 and I woke up about 8. That's a good sleep. I recorded my sleep like I have been for the last few weeks. No snoring. I haven't snored for about 2 weeks now. And that's all down to obviously this 1-to-1 diet. Me losing sort of stone and a half has really sort of sorted that out. But the dozing off bit is still happening. Now, admittedly, you could say, well, yeah, Glenn, that's because you're not sleeping properly. You're not giving yourself enough products. I've heard a lot of reasons why. So one of them being I'm staying up too late, and all that. So I need to sort out my sleeping. That's one issue. Second is I'm not having enough products. You're meant to have 4 a day, plus obviously the weight I am, because of my BMI, I should have milk as well or something like that. So really I should be consuming sort of 5 times a day. But I'm actually consuming 1/2. So I'm not getting enough energy and carbohydrates from the products I'm having. Again, my fault. I'm setting myself up to fail. As someone commented in my video the other day, they said, I can't remember now, quite a cool phrase about preparing to fail is something or other. I can't remember. Anyway, so that's my own fault. And then obviously in the background, in my mind, I'm like, well, yes, because I suffer with this sleep apnea. So that's like three reasons why I could be dozing off in the afternoons. So I've had it in my head all day that I'm going to give up on this 1-to-1 diet. I'm going to potentially go over and start. I don't want to just come off it and pig out and put all the weight back on. That's something I don't want to do. So I was thinking I'd have to literally start something else where I can eat 2 to 3 times a day. And I was thinking like down the Weight Watchers route. I know Nicola won't obviously like that. I know she watches these videos and she'll say, oh no, you're wrong, you're an idiot, blah blah blah. But that's how I felt. I was like adamant. Then anyway, I drove to Asda. So I had this in my head all day. It's now 6 p.m. and I felt myself as I was driving starting to lose concentration. So anyway, I was fine. Whenever I feel like that, I can always sort of snap myself out of it. But I knew, like, this is the time I normally doze off. I'm getting tired. And I parked up. So I was in a car park space. The engine was still running. And for me, it felt like this. Like, I just looked around and I was like, oh, where am I? But what had happened is, I assume, is that I've fallen asleep. And I could tell I fell asleep because my two front teeth, I tuck in, it seems, behind this row here. And the reason I'm telling you this is that I woke up because all the pressure, all the weight from my head is all leaning on this tooth here, this one, onto this bottom row. So I woke up and I was like, oh God. And I was looking around, I was like, where am I? Because obviously now it's winter, it's pitch black outside. All the windows were covered. It's raining, so all the windows were covered in water. And I was looking around, and honestly, I was like, "Where the hell am I? What has happened?" And then I looked around, and I was confused, and I think I fell back to sleep again. And then I woke up, and then I was looking around, and I was like, "What is happening?" And oh no, I shouldn't laugh. That's really bad. Yeah, and it took me a while. I had to look around, and then I saw the sign for Asda, and I was like, I'm outside Asda. Oh, yeah, I was doing a food shop. Oh, yeah, Becky sent me up here. Yeah, I've got... And then that was it. I sort of like snapped out of it. Anyway, since that happened, I went into the supermarket, and I felt really like... I feel like as if I've just had a 5-hour nap. But when I checked the time, it was 6:08. So I reckon I fell asleep for like 8 minutes. And in that 8 minutes, I've woke up at least once and looked around. So I probably fell asleep for 2 or 3 minutes, woke up, fell asleep again for another 4 minutes or something like that, whatever. And I was walking around, and then since then, bearing in mind it is now 8:05, I'm like alert. Like in my head, I've had a really good night's sleep, and I feel like I could stay up till 2, 3 in the morning again. I'm not going to, I don't think. So I was walking around the supermarket. Sorry, it's taken me 10 minutes to get to what the point I'm trying to make is. That I was walking around and I was thinking, I was looking at the Weight Watch meals, and I thought, oh yeah, I could do that and do that. And then I was thinking, oh, actually, do you know what? I started this not because of my looks, not because of the number that I am on the scales. I started this because I wanted to lose this sleep apnea thing. I wanted to increase my actual overall health, and I've fallen asleep. Now, someone did comment in my video, someone who watches the videos all the time, can't remember their name, sorry, saying like, oh, once you've got sleep apnea, it doesn't matter how much weight you lose, you'll still have it. So I hope that's not the case. According to the NHS website and according to everything else, losing weight is the biggest factor in you sort of improving this sleep apnea and getting over it. So obviously I have to go by that. But I was thinking, God, I hope they're not right. I hope if I lose another 2 stone, I'm still not going to be dozing off it's literally every day now. It seems to be getting worse. I don't know whether to go to the doctors to maybe have like a brain scan or something. I feel like there's something wrong in my head. I probably shouldn't be declaring this all over social media. But I do. I think there's something wrong in my head. Not like, I don't feel down, I don't feel depressed, nothing like that. Nothing to do with emotion, but just like my brain seems to switch on and off when it chooses to at set times. And it's really hard to explain. I don't mean like I'm just brain dead. I just mean like if I tried to move really quickly or say something really funny, I'm getting really weak at the knees and I sort of drop. And this is something I've been picking up on for the last like year or two. No, maybe a year. One of the kids was being naughty, and I sort of walked over to him. I think it was Strife. He was hitting Luna, and I went over to him, and I sort of walked over to him aggressively because I wanted him to know that he was naughty, he was in trouble. So I was pointing at him. I said, "You," and as I walked towards him, I don't know, my legs went like jelly, and I couldn't reach him. Like I don't know, it's so hard to explain. Every person I've ever tried to explain this to, I just couldn't get my words out right, so I still can't explain it. It was like my legs just went like jelly, like, and then I feel like that sometimes if I'm angry, or if I am trying to do something quickly, or especially if I'm trying to be funny. If I'm trying to be funny just erratically, like just out of the blue, if I go to do something, and I've always been like that, like my sister Siobhan will back me up. Since I was a kid, I'll just sit there and I'll randomly do something to make people laugh. And I do that with my wife a lot, and I think that's one of the reasons she always finds me funny. But now if I go to do something, I'm like it's like my brain switches off, and it won't let me do it. And I'm trying to do the thing that I'm doing, and it won't. And obviously, with the sleep apnea thing, it's like once my brain decides, oh, you're bored, right? Like you know, it's so hard. It's like, so I'm having a proper meltdown today. Like I'm having a proper head case. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know what the right answer is. I said to Becky earlier, like, oh, I might do Weight Watchers. She said, yep, that's what I've been saying that for years. You should do that. And my ex-wife said I should have done that, and all my friends say I should do that because it means I can eat 3 or 4 times a day, and they do like snacky foods and stuff, and still hope to lose weight. Nicola will say, nope, you get good results on this. But I was in the mentality of like, well, even if I can only lose 1 or 2 pounds a week or something along those lines, I could probably do that for a long period of time, which therefore would lead me to the same results I'd get on this over like 4 or 5 weeks or whatever. But then today, that falling asleep at Asda really shook me up. Like, really, I didn't like it. I did not like it one bit. And then, I don't know. You see a lot of middle-aged men and they're overweight and they sit on the sofa in the afternoon and they fall asleep. It's quite a common thing. But I think, well, I'm 30. I'm 34. Should I be doing that now? No, probably not. And should I be doing it in the car? Not while I'm driving, but if I park up, falling asleep and not knowing where you are, that's not good. Like, so it really brought it back to me, like, hang on a minute, why did you start this journey? Well, I didn't start it to do these YouTube videos. I didn't start it for Nicola. I didn't start it for Becky. I didn't start it for looks. I started it because I was like, I'm snoring every night. I've got sleep apnea. Doctors told me to go on some sort of ketosis diet. And I thought, oh, I'll go back to see Nicola and I'll do that and I'll cut all that sleeping out. And like I say, I've stopped snoring. So bearing in mind, I've been snoring for a year, every night for a year. For the last 2 weeks, I haven't snored. So that's a plus. I have lost weight. That's another plus. What are the negatives? The negatives are, it's fucking hard. It's really hard. Becky says to me, like, if I say, like, one day when I think I broke and I ate something, the next day I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll eat today. And she said, no, I don't think you should eat the rest of the week. I was like, I was angry at her. I was like, do you know how hard it is to like just not eat for like 4 days, 5 days, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Do you know how hard it is? I was like, you're at a point where you feel like you're going to drop. Now, admittedly, Nicola's going to be really annoyed watching this video because she'll obviously want to defend the brand and everything like that. But that's my experience, yeah? Like, that's how I felt, and that is my fault because I don't have enough shakes. I try and do too much. And I'm not getting enough sleep, so it is all my fault. But that is my life. That is my lifestyle, and that has never changed. And I can't see it changing anytime soon. That is my lifestyle. I stay up late, I get up early, I look after 5 kids, I have work, I'm trying to set up a new business. That is my life, and I can't help it. So what can I do? What should I do? I don't know. And I'm recording this video not looking for answers. I'm not, I could have 100 people comment on this video saying, Glenn, do this, do that, do this, do that. And I still wouldn't know, because it needs to be my decision. I need to think what's best for me. So where am I at? What am I thinking? I am thinking, get your words out, Glenn. I'm thinking, go and get weighed in with Nicola. See how much either I've lost or gained this week. Honestly, don't know now. Last week I gained £7, which was ridiculous. The week before that, I'd lost £7, which was ridiculous. And the week before that, I lost a stone. So, I honestly don't know. I could go and get weighed and I've lost £2, £3. I could go and get weighed and I've put on £2 or £3. If I've put on weight, then I think I won't do this anymore. Because what that says to me is that I lose lots of weight on this diet, but then I've eaten quite minimal the last 2 weeks. I have eaten on, off, on, off. Like this week, I think I've not eaten for 3-4 days straight, and then I think I had a snack like the 4th day, and then the 5th and 6th day I've eaten. But I haven't eaten like I used to, so I've really cut down. Now, even if you just say you're watching this and you haven't even started a diet yet, which you probably have, to be fair. You've probably started a diet, or even if you've come off one, whatever. If you just reduce what it is that you're normally eating over a period of time, you're going to lose weight anyway. So let's say you consume 4,000 calories a day because you're eating loads of chocolate, crisps, junk food, fizzy drink, whatever. And you reduce that down to 3,000. You will probably lose weight. Your body will go down from the size it is now. But it will take a long time. You may lose like half a pound a week. You may lose £2 a month. I don't know. But it'll happen over a slow period. If I am not eating for 3 days, then eating for 2, then not eating for 3 days and eating for 2, and I'm putting on weight, that just sort of says to me in my head that this isn't right for me. If I go there and I've lost a couple of pounds this week, then I think, do you know what? Even though I've eaten, I've still lost weight on this diet. So yeah, even though I've eaten, yeah. So that's where I'm at. I think I'm literally going to have to make my decision when I get weighed in. Now, today is Monday, so I've only got tomorrow and Wednesday. I've still got loads of the shakes left for this week. So again, Nicola won't be happy with that. So I honestly don't know. I think I'm going to literally have to make my decision Wednesday when I get weighed in. I think appointment's at 10:30. I'm going to sit down, and the thing is, obviously Nicola will say, oh yeah, you should do this, you should do that, you do this. But again, it needs to be my decision. And I know, a lot of you out there will say, no, keep it up, keep doing it. It needs to, if there's no point me doing this diet if I'm just going to keep buckling and breaking it every 2 to 3 weeks. There's no point, because then I'm putting the weight back on, and so I'm just up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't want that. So I think I'm going to make my decision on Wednesday. So as of recording this video, I think it's day 20, 25 or something like that. Something like that. 25 to 26. So what's that? 7, 14, 21. Just almost a month. 3.5 weeks. And already I'm thinking about giving it in. Obviously, I was supposed to do this for like 12, 14 weeks. So that says to me I should give up. But this sleep thing, it's there in my mind. Like, I'm thinking, should I just aim to get on this, using this diet, should I just aim to get under 20 stone? 20 stone's a big milestone in my head. If I can get under 20 stone, then maybe I could look to like, okay, well, let's go up. I'll speak to Nicola and say, look, I want to go higher up on the steps. I want to eat 3 or 4 times a day. I don't want the shakes. I don't want, you know, whatever. And then take it from there. Or do I just start that now and try and slowly get under 20 stone, and then I can just carry it on going forward? I don't know. Honestly, guys, really, I've got a lot on my mind and I don't know. I always know what the right path is. If someone comes up to me and says, Glenn, can you give me advice on this? I'm like, yeah, you should do this because of this, this and this and this. And normally I talk myself, you know, I'll think about things over and over and over. And people say I overanalyze things, which I may be doing in this video right now, actually. But I don't know what to do. Honestly, don't know what to do. I don't know what the right step is. I don't know. Maybe I should text Nicola or ring her up. I don't know. I'll leave it there, guys, because I'm just rambling on. You're just watching me crumble and fall apart, which isn't a very good video. So I'm really sorry. If you're new to this channel, click subscribe, smash up the like button, and I'll see you. I'll either do a video tomorrow or I'll do a video Wednesday letting you guys know, obviously, what I've decided and where I'm going to take it going forward. Because at the moment, I don't know. Comment down below what you think I should do. I'd love to hear your thoughts. You may be watching this video going, Glenn, snap out of it. Do this, do that, whatever. But give me all your thoughts, because I do read all your comments. Even if I haven't replied to all of them, I read them all and I take them on board. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. But that's it from me, guys. I'll end it there. See you later, guys. Bye.